Yo, I have the pleasure of serving you yet another free games this week video. This is the series where I scout the interwebs and see what games are up for grabs, be it free to keep, free to play for a limited time, or anything in between. Let's start at the Epic Store because we have a juicy list of 4 games for you to grab. I want to start with the old school Fallout collection, which is arguably more than 18 years old, so we don't have to worry about Leonardo DiCaprio knocking its socks off. Now, don't get me wrong, it might have been released in a different millennium, but this bad boy set the stage and standard for role-playing games far into the future. If you jump onto the Epic Store, you can claim Fallout Classic Collection right now, which contain Fallout, Fallout 2 and Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel. And to be fair, the last one isn't very juicy, but the other 2 is a 10 out of 10 even in full pixelation. Next up we have Wild Card Football, which is a fun pick-up play arcade style football game featuring a 7 vs 7 team focused gameplay. What helps this bad boy stand out and make it special is the unique wild card system that lets you change the course of action in an instant with special power-ups and rule-breaking abilities. It's a fun game that doesn't take itself too seriously and that makes it even more fun to play. And starting the 5th of February, we get another set of juicy giveaways from the Epic Store, Football Manager 2024 and Sniper Contracts. To be fair, Football Manager might confuse my American viewers, as football for some weird reason means another sport that doesn't include a ball or a foot. But in this bad boy, you get to craft a world-class team ready to dominate your rivals in football's most prestigious competitions. It's sitting in with 4.8 stars on the Epic Store and is probably the most detailed and complex football manager game ever created. To be fair, this borders a strategy game in some way, so you better be part of the big brain strategy boys if you want to take this bad boy out for a spin. And last but definitely not least is Sniper Contracts, where you have the pleasure of becoming the ultimate assassin in this realistic modern sniping game. But let's be honest with ourselves here, most of us play this game to see the pleasure of the bullet slowly but surely traveling towards its target and shattering it in a million pieces, just as many as a teenager's broken heart. To be fair, it's a really impressive week over at the Epic Store. Some of you might not like the Epic Store, but you cannot argue against these types of games free of charge. And this closes up a really cool week at the Epic Store. In my opinion, it's one of the better free weeks this year. Considering the total value of these games, if you were supposed to buy them say at different stores, they would probably reach something like 70 euros. I mean, that's a great giveaway. Listen homie, if you find my stupid jokes funny or want to stay up to date on free games, then do us both a favor and smash the subscribe button. It means a lot and thank you very much. Oh, and as always, links to all of the games mentioned in this video are in the description and they take you straight to the deal, so no googling required. I want to give you guys a heads up, and especially the Call of Duty fanboys out there. You can participate in the Call of Duty Early Access and Open Beta starting on the 30th of August and ending on the 9th of September. This will allow you to take this bad boy out for a spin and see if it tickles your nutsack in just the right way. You can also pre-install the game if you want to save some time and jump right in when the Open Beta opens. If you want some more information, you can check the Blizzard launcher or Steam, as you can get the game on both platforms, so whichever one you prefer and off you go. Next up, I want to jump into Steam, but buckle in, there are a shit ton of free games currently on Steam. I've picked the ones that I think are worth mentioning this week, but I'm gonna do it in this quick and dirty setting, just like I told the wife last night. And we start with Invention 6, which is a 3D shooter with scroller shooter elements, as well as a small share of logical puzzles that must be solved to complete each level. Learn the story of Casey and Dorian, shoot robots, zombies, ex-girlfriends, and that's about it. Next, we take a look at Xenowars Set Sail, which is a turn-based strategy RPG game set in the stars. In the early stages, you'll recruit a team of experts on Earth to explore a distant alien homeworld where you choose between scientists, mutants, and soldiers. The key is scouring the planet for lost alien technology and uncovering the secrets to Earth's doom, a super fun one. And next, we look at slash jump or slash jump. Something with slash and jump. The question is really, how do you do a platformer if walking and jumping aren't an option? Well, with your sword of course. Here you bounce and slash your way through this short and sweet, uniquely controlled precision platformer, sitting in with very positive reviews. Next, we take a look at Floodcore, which is a puzzle adventure game in which you explore an ancient civilization in a flooded world. Here you'll discover a mysterious power to overcome the temple's challenges. It's pretty juicy looking and sitting in with a calm vibe inside my head type of thing that gives it a 10 out of 10. It's sitting in with mostly positive reviews over on Steam with a total of 41 reviews. Next, we take a quick look at Ninza. Ninza is a free multiplayer like no other. Instead of directly attacking your opponents, you have to crush them by pushing pieces off the level. It's really about embracing chaos and diving into an entirely new level of frenzied creative gameplay, even where the environment itself's become both the weapon and your enemy. And I was actually sitting back after playing it thinking it's actually a super cool idea and fairly well execution on this bad boy as well. It's sitting in with positive reviews with a total of 27 reviews. Next we have a funky one, Bad Dream Fever. The world is covered in strange ink and unknown plague that's gathered its cruel harvest. From the looks of it, the city seems to be completely empty and dead. But at every little corner manifestates fear, sorrow, loneliness and suffering, which is how I feel every time I get up in the morning. Anyway, the Bad Dream has been out for a few years and it's sitting in with very positive reviews. It's a strange one to say the least, but so was my first girlfriend and I still have nightmares about this girl. Next up, we take a look at an interesting horror game of the week. The Veiled Ones is a horror stealth game about a Muslim exorcist trying to save his son from a possession. In this game, players will reveal the story behind their son's possession and avoid the jinn that haunts them. It's not often that we get games like this, so I thought it would be interesting to highlight it for you beautiful people. It was released on the 24th of August and it's currently sitting in with positive reviews with a total of 15. I feel that I might have mentioned this bad boy some time back, but on the 20th of August we got the official launch of Predecessor on all platforms. Predecessor is this fast-paced action game that combines MOBA and first-person shooter. You know, it puts you at the heart of the fight with strategic choices, third-person control and some pretty immersive action. You know, considering the release of this new Deadlock game, I don't know if you guys saw it, but that will most likely put the last few nails in this bad boy's coffin. So if you want to try it, this is really the time. I suppose one could argue that it's definitely worth placing in your digital library, then taking it for a spin just to say that you've played it before Deadlock kills it completely. And that pretty much brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch my video, I really appreciate it. A thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you did, subscribe if you haven't, like why not. Thanks a lot for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.